I'll give it 1 more minute. Oh my gosh, I actually got a battle? Holy crap. Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I got a pretty fun Ultra League open line for you all. I haven't really played Ultra Open League in quite a while, so I decided to run a team that is pretty much a guaranteed win against all Giratinas. This is a team that one of my patrons actually came up with a while back, and I kind of made some modifications to it. So it's Alolan Ninetales with Umbreon and Mandibuzz in the back. My patron Atmos ran Charm and his Ninetales. I decided to run it with Powder Snow and Dazzling Gleam instead of the Psyshock. I'm also running a Psychic Umbreon with Dark Pulse on the Mandibuzz. I figured with the spamminess of all these moves, you could get quite a few moves off, so I think the Dark Pulse is a good play. I also thought about running Dark Pulse on Umbreon, but I just didn't get around to trying that out. However, something I really wanted to try with this team was actually Greedent in the Umbreon slot. It makes the team a little bit less weak to Charm. It also still beats Giratina, so it's going to be a great addition regardless. Obviously, this is an expensive team, so if you don't have the Mandibuzz, you could definitely swap that out for the Greedent and run Umbreon and Greedent instead. And Greedent is spawning all over the place right now during this event, as well as the Spotlight Hours. Ninetales is a little bit harder to make, so if you don't have the Ninetales, I think the best replacement is probably a Cresselia. Before I get into footage, a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you would also like to have early access to some of my strategies and lineups, or see some behind the scenes footage of my battles, feel free to sign up in the link down below. Okay, so the big thing with this line is my starting ELO was around the 3400s/3500s. So I'm going to showcase every single battle I use with the team, mainly because Q times for Ultra League were absolutely brutal, and so there's only so much I can do here. Alright, so the thing about Ninetales is that it actually can beat Talonflame in 2 shields if you have a 1 Powder Snow advantage. You do have to deny all the flame charges or the incinerates. So yeah, this is a really bad situation. Not something I expected to see someone counter swap into, but yeah, the Umbreon without Last Resort is pretty bad there. I think I was going for defense debuff with the Psychic, but I think the better move is honestly just to run straight foul play. Definitely a solid thing for my opponents to see here, but now that I have a shield advantage, I should be able to beat this Talonflame too. So I'm going to double up on Weather Balls here. Make sure you got to deny those Incinerates. That is absolutely crucial. So Incinerate does go through there, which is unfortunate. But I actually decided to swap out to tank the Incinerate damage on my Umbreon. So this is pretty much the idea I have here. And then Powder Snow should be able to KO this Talonflame before the Incinerate damage procs through. So this puts me in a really good spot. My Umbreon's out of the way, and both my Mandibuzz and Umbreon have, and Ninetales have play against this Umbreon. Unfortunately, they do get to another charge move there, which is very unfortunate, and I'm going to go straight for the Dazzling Gleam. I really want to get this move off because I have all the energy built onto it, and then my opponent comes in with a Shift Tree. Very spicy for a Shadow pick, but is not going to be able to beat Mandibuzz. So I was actually only able to do 2 full sets with this team. So limited footage, and this was before I had the Greedent, so it was on Monday, and I built the Greedent on Tuesday. So I did manage to find 1 battle with Greedent when I was doing my patron stream, so I will include that full battle after this because that's the only chance we get to see Greedent in action. So there's a lot of matchups where you might come to timeouts here, but timeout is definitely on my side here and able to win that first matchup. So I've yet to lose to a single team with Giratina in it. Both variants, but especially Giratina Altered. Giratina Origin is a little bit harder to deal with the Ninetales because they are hitting you with potentially with Shadow Balls, and that hurts quite a bit. But your whole team still does very well against Giratina Origin as well. So in this matchup, my opponent doesn't know it yet, but I got 3 hard checks to Giratina Altered, and so I don't really need switch advantage here, you know. I'll do what I can here. I think I do. No, I don't even shield this. I'm not too worried here. I'm gonna just get as much energy as I can here, throw the Weather Ball before I get hit with another move, and then it doesn't really matter what they come in with. There's almost no way they come in with Giratina here, so this actually puts me in an advantage because now I see the 3rd Pokemon and I can still win this matchup. Again, Ninetales with Powder Snow and Weather Ball can beat Talonflame in the 2 shield. I haven't simmed this matchup for the upcoming Season 9 update, so definitely something to look into because that matchup might change a little bit, which makes Ninetales a little bit weaker, but that's all good. Alright, so for at the time being though, use this Ninetales as much as you can against Talonflame and Ultra League. But it still should be still a fairly okay matchup for Ninetales, which is pretty ridiculous because this is not a not a great typing per se matchup because fire is super effective there. But yeah, now we have the Giratina, and they are going to concede the match because they realize that they don't have too much play with that Giratina at all. Alright, Cresselia here. In this matchup, this is my first Cresselia I saw, so I didn't really swap out right away, but I highly would recommend you swap out immediately because that definitely makes, you have 2 solid checks to it in the back, right? And Cress is actually pretty strong against Ninetales with Powder Snow. So, I actually draw a Registeel. Very interesting. Registeel hard beats Ninetales, but it does have a pretty solid matchup against Umbreon as well. So I'm going to shield all these Focus Blasts. There's a strong chance my opponent is not going to bait here with Flash Cannon because Focus Blast is only a little bit more energy. So I'm going to shield all these Focus Blasts yeah, just stay in here and see what happens. Yeah, going to keep throwing these Foul Plays. I really want to get rid of this Registeel. It is kind of a pain for my team, and I should be able to take it out here now after I shield 2 Focus Blasts and I get enough energy potentially for another Foul Play against a Cress. So my opponent actually yeah, lets their Registeel go. That's kind of a weird one, right? I don't really want to come into a 2-shield Cress with Mandibuzz, so I am just going to go straight for my Ninetales here. So my opponent definitely has me in a tough spot here. Hoping for Giratina in the back, but it doesn't seem super likely with this team comp. I don't know, it's possible. It definitely is possible. But my opponent doesn't shield anything. Kind of weird. And then here comes a Swampert here. So yeah, this is definitely trouble. Very smart play by my opponent right here because 2-shield Swampert can pretty much beat every single thing in the meta. You don't really see any Razor Leafers, and it could definitely beat a Venusaur. Maybe it doesn't beat Meganium? I don't know. But Meganiums are quite rare. And so my opponent here definitely going to outpace me. I probably should have baited with the Aerial Ace because that's a little less damage. I probably guarantee a shield. But as you can see, the clock is ticking down. And even if I land this Dark Pulse, yeah, there's no way because they had another Hydro Cannon ready, right? So it wouldn't have been enough HP-wise. So well played by my opponent there. Alright, so going into this next matchup, it is going to be Abomasnow. So definitely a positive matchup here. I do stay in here a little bit. Probably not the best idea, but I decided to swap finally to my Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is going to resist all these Mud Shots, although the Swampert did enter this matchup with quite a bit of energy. So hopefully they don't start shielding too much here, otherwise I'll be in a bad spot. But so they let the first Dark Pulse go, so this is a good sign because that means that I can maintain switch advantage. And they actually come in with Talon here, which is kind of interesting. So because they come in Talonflame here, I decided to swap into my Umbreon. Don't really want to have too much ramped up damage versus my Mandibuzz, because Mandibuzz is so tanky, I can actually generate quite a bit of energy off of it. I'm okay if they just throw these moves here. If they hit me with Brave Bird, that's fine. The Ninetales is going to be able to do quite a bit there against the Talon. So yeah, unfortunately letting a few Incinerates go. I was trying to go for the back-to-back there. Now shields are all down, so this is actually pretty okay for me. These Incinerates are going to hurt, but I definitely can get to this Weather Ball in time and try to take out this town. Hopefully they don't get to a Flame Charge here. Should be, so unfortunately they do, but I do get the Powder Snow through, so this is the last we'll see of the Talon. So, kind of an interesting spot. I was hoping to sack here, but unfortunately not able to get to it. And I also let this move go, hoping that it's just a Weather Ball and they're baiting me, but they go straight for the Energy Balls. This is kind of bad. But the Swampert is quite low, and they go for a sack themselves, and unfortunately it does not pay off. So my miss sack was countered by their miss sack, and able to pull out the win here still with the Dazzling Gleam against the Abomasnow. Alright, Deoxys Defense, definitely something newer in the meta. Definitely don't want to see it, so I'm going to swap out here. And then they come in Registeel. Again, Registeel, kind of a rough matchup for the whole line, but especially the Umbreon and the Ninetales. Against Mandibuzz is not too bad because you're just doing neutral damage against Mandibuzz throughout. And Mandibuzz is very bulky, but you are able to hit that Umbreon with super effective Focus Blast, which is kind of rough. In this team as well, I best buddy my Mandibuzz, just because I don't have my Umbreon best buddy because I just made it after Community Day. You could obviously run this with Last Resort as well. I just thought Psychic would be nice because this team's not really great against Shadow Machamps. Technically, Shadow Machamp could beat the whole team individually, not not 1v3, but it could be all three of them in a 1v1 matchup. So I want to have something to threaten the Shadow Machamp there. And again, I didn't really expect too many darts just to counter swap their darts into my Umbreon, so I felt pretty safe there. Besides that first matchup, we didn't really see it again, right? Alright, so now, able to take out the Registeel with the Umbreon, which is really nice. These Rock Slides are definitely going to start hurting. My opponent still hasn't swapped out here yet, which is kind of interesting, so I'm kind of curious what they have in the back. Hopefully it's not another Steel. Otherwise, we'll definitely be in trouble. So go for the Dark Pulse here. Does a lot of damage. Now I swap into my Ninetales, and it actually is a Giratina Origin. So again, Giratina Origin a little bit harder to deal with than the Altered because that Shadow Ball, as you can see, doing quite a bit of damage. I'm just going to go for the double Weather Balls here, but instead I decide, you know what, this does a ton of damage. I need farm on this Mana Buzz, so I decide not to throw the Weather Ball. I'm like, I'd rather KO this thing with a Snarl and get another Snarl for that Dark Pulse, because I knew they had energy and this is going to be really close. But if I KO'd that Giratina, that Deoxys would just farm me down. I wouldn't have the Snarl needed to take out the Deoxys. So super close battle, but again, still undefeated against all forms of Giratina at the moment. So able to go 4-1 in my first set to climb up to the high 3400s. Alright, going against a Venusaur in Ultra League Open. Kind of an interesting pick. I don't see this super often, but again, these are some top tier players, so it clearly is working for them if they're running it. They are staying in here, which is kind of interesting. So I do swap to my Mandibuzz here to draw whatever they have in the back. They actually have a Politoed in the back. Super interesting Ultra League Open team, but obviously Ultra League Premier is not even around right now, so this is definitely intentional. It's not like they queued into the wrong league. So they go straight for the Blizzard. I had a feeling that they probably had Blizzard if they were swapping in Politoed here. I definitely want to shield the Blizzard because the Venusaur moves are not going to hurt nearly as much against this Mandibuzz. So going to go straight for a farm down here. Going to be another Blizzard, but that's fine. I do am able to tank that. They throw a Sludge Bomb. I actually do survive it. Again, as you can see, the Sludge Bomb not doing nearly as much as the Blizzard. And I am going to let them faint me out. Maybe the play was to swap out there, but I decided to come in with my Umbreon instead. Tank this damage because I don't really want to have to shield Sludge Bomb or get hit by Frenzy Play. Frenzy Play will still hit quite a bit. And then now I come in with Ninetales to farm this guy down. So let's see what they have in the back here. And it's going to be Politoed still alive. A Giratina Altered again. We love to see this. They really have no play against this entire team. So I'm just going to keep spamming away at these Weather Balls. I don't mind if they catch a move for their Politoed because that just I gotta get rid of it anyway, and Politoed's within the Weather Ball KO range. So they do catch a move there. But again, Ninetales, a decent amount of health left. Still got an Umbreon with energy. Still have a shield. Giratina Origin, Giratina Altered, no play against this team at all. Which is really nice because a lot of people use it in the meta and it's pretty much freebie wins, which who doesn't like freebie wins, right? Alright, so this opponent here is swapping in a Swampert into my Umbreon, which is definitely fine with me. Swampert is kind of annoying for my team, especially the Ninetales as well. So I'm just going to stay in here and try to take out this Swampert here. So they're going to hit me with Hydro Cannons, that's fine. Umbreon, very bulky, don't really need a shield at all. I think Dark Pulse, again, would probably be a little better on Umbreon, so I would probably recommend that if possible. But, yeah, because if I had Dark Pulse there, I wouldn't even need to snarl this guy down. And I would save myself from getting hit by Hydro Cannon, but at the same time, I wouldn't have the move here, right? So, I do swap to my Mandibuzz here. I kind of want to just, don't want this to farm too much here, so they are going to throw their energy, and then I'm going to throw Dark Pulse here. I am letting Incinerates go through, which is a big no-no. But that's fine. I am going to let this Flame Charge hit me, and then I go straight for an Aerial Ace here. Let's see if my opponent shields this or not. Does not shield, very interesting. So it doesn't shield, and at this point, I'm going to let this move go. If it's a Moonblast, that's fine. If it's Grass Knot, I survive it. So they do go for the Moonblast. I kind of see a win con here, right? We've been in this battle for quite a while. This looks like it could easily be a timeout win. So I'm going to start shielding because I don't really want to get hit by too much. I do have the Umbreon as well. If I get debuffed, I can swap out. But I ideally want to keep the Umbreon live just for the purposes of a potential timeout win here. Alright, so my opponent is letting some moves through, which is interesting. I guess I may be saving a shield for the Umbreon. But at this point, you know, the timer is running very low. So they need to start shielding some stuff. But again, Weather Ball much spammier than Moonblast can be, so I do have the advantage here. Again, going to burn this clock a little bit. I have more health. I'm going to probably just swap to Umbreon here to force them to throw any energy, or just, yeah, they throw this, that's fine. Timer's running out. I have more health on my Ninetales. They don't have back-to-back moves, and that's going to be game. Lugia! You don't see this every day, especially in Ultra League. I'm a huge Lugia fan though, so I do appreciate the spice. And they're running Greedents, so this person built Greedent really quick. But as you can see from their CP, it is not fully maxed out yet, which makes sense because at this point in time it was Monday, so the event was only live for a day, 2 days, I don't know, not long. But definitely respect the grind on this player. Greedent actually can beat Mandibuzz on even shields if you're running Foul Play. I actually don't know the matchup with Dark Pulse, and it also can beat Umbreon in 1 and 2 shields as well. So Greedent definitely very bulky, very solid against my team. But Lugia, again, kind of like the Giratina, kind of dead weight against my entire team. So I am going to be a-okay right here. I do actually farm up to a Dark Pulse here, so able to probably grab a shield. My opponent actually doesn't shield, very fascinating. So then they come in with a Registeel. I didn't want them to farm here, so that's why I decided to go here. Maybe I should have gone, I don't know. I think this is the right play to draw it out, because I didn't want to get hit by Aeroblast or too many Sky Attacks. And drawing out this Registeel is ideal, so now I have the Umbreon matchup against it. So again, we're going to go straight for a lot of damage here and see what we can do with these Foul Play spams. Foul Play's benefit is that you do have a slight advantage because you can charge up faster. My opponent actually catches a Foul Play with their Lugia, but now they're giving me a chance for a timeout win again, because now they only have 1 Pokemon, I have 2. This might be a Flash Cannon, but I'm going to just have to shield and hope it's not, just because I need to do whatever I can to burn this clock. So Foul Play is coming in handy in that regard. And I just need to be able to survive. I can start a Focus Blast for sure. I just need to hopefully burn out this clock before they get to Flash Cannon as well after this Focus Blast, which looks like I should be able to. Again, the timeout victory is coming in handy in Ultra League Open with these Pokemons. Now, this is brutal. So, you know, if they're Powder Snow, this would be a different story, but they are running Charm. And as I said before, my team is quite weak to Charm, and that's why I decided to add the Greedent over the Umbreon. But we're going to see what happens when you do run into a Charmer. So I am doing whatever I can to grab some shields. I need to land this Dazzling Gleam, but my opponent does shield. I can't get to another move in time, another Dazzling Gleam time, so I'm going to just do chip damage with the Weather Ball. I do grab both shields. That is actually kind of nice. But these Charms are certainly adding up. They're not unlikely running Dazzling Gleam, so I'm going to just tank the Weather Ball, see what I can do here. But yeah, this is very, very tough. Psychic at least is doing the same amount of damage as Last Resort would be doing to Ninetales, so no huge loss there, but as you can see, my Umbreon is struggling big time. I do have, what? I still have 2 shields, right? No, I only have 1 shield because I had to shield the Ninetales earlier. Yeah, this is pretty much game over. Even this Polito does have Blizzard. I'd be in a tough spot, but they do have Blizzard. I'm going to stay in, just see what we can do here. Maybe they have a Giratina Origin in the back. That is definitely a potential win con for me, but it's not looking very good. Like I said, Ninetales, brutal for this team, especially Charm leads. If you have the Greedent instead, I would probably replace Umbreon or one of the other Darks with it. They actually catch a Dark Pulse with their Mana Bus. I'm going to make everyone's life easier there and quit out early. Even if they didn't catch that move, there's no way I was going to win that. Now, another Giratina lead. We do love to see it. I do counter swap in with my Mana Buzz, just because Mana Buzz does quite well against Snorlax. They really have to go for the Superpowers. Superpowers are neutral, whereas Superpowers are super effective against the Umbreon. So definitely don't want to be in that matchup too long. So is this Shadow Snorlax as well? Again, switch doesn't matter too much, but it is something important to keep in mind, because even though your backline can beat it, who knows, you may want the alignment more. They insta-swapped out against a Ninetales, which means they probably have a Ninetales check in the back. They actually come in Giratina here. Super fascinating. And they tank the Dark Pulse. But I guess if they don't have much play against the Ninetales, they need to use the Giratina for something, right? So I do come in with a Weather Ball here. If they don't shield again, I'm not going to shield, obviously. And we're probably just going to Powder Snow this guy down. They actually come in with Machamp, Shadow Machamp. Now this is bad. Shadow Machamp, again, like I said, can beat all three in my line. So I definitely need to grab some shields here. Able to grab the first shield. Can I grab the second shield? Grabbing the second shield would be a win con, and we are able to grab the second shield. That is huge. Now I'm just going to double shield this Umbreon. Throw the Psychic. I am glad Psychic is coming in handy here. Last Resort honestly would do quite a bit of damage at this range as well, but Psychic is a guaranteed one-shot against this Shadow Machamp. Also a very interesting team, because this team is very susceptible to Charm leads, but you know, I do respect that they're willing to take that risk and run a weak in the Charm in the lead and weak to the Charm in the back. So again, another 4-in-1 set. The last set I was able to record when I wasn't doing streaming, and I will showcase my final battle, which is me using Greedent on stream. Oh wow, and this person's ELO is actually not bad. Alright. Wow. Okay, this is actually very bad for me. This is super bad. Maybe I should have gone well, this thing's charging pretty quick. Maybe I should have gone Mana Bus. Oh, why am I not swiping? Wow, talk about a bad lead. I'm lagging too. Alright, what do they have in the back? Wow, this thing's tanky. Ooh. Okay. Don't tell me this is a Escavalier double charm. That'd be really annoying. Why am I missing these bubbles? Oh my gosh, I live it. We'd like to see that. Alright. So, Escavalier's low. Yeah, that's probably double charm, isn't it? Wouldn't they come in double charm earlier? Let's see. I need to shield this stuff for sure. So I shield this and then probably farm down. There's no way they doubled up on Meteor Mash, right? Could be wrong. Alright, let's hope they don't have double charm. I don't know why my bubbles are not registering right now. That's actually kind of frustrating too, but it's fine. Please don't get to another move. Oh, perfect. Alright. I need that for sure. Oh, what is going on? My game. Alright. Yikes. I do not want that. If this is actually a charm, I need to stay alive here. Oh, at least I have 2 shields too? Oh my gosh. It's gonna be brutal. Please tell me they have a Giratina in the back, maybe? Wow. They don't shield. Oh! They have a Giratina in the back, don't they? I'm pretty sure they have a Giratina in the back. If they had Charmer, they would have came in already. Maybe I shouldn't have shielded that, though. Yeah, it's going to do a ton of damage. Yikes. It is a Giratina in the back. Alright. Maybe I should bait with Aerial Aces? Why are my bubbles not swiping? It's kind of nuts. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close, I think. I don't really think baiting is the right play here. Oh, it's going to be very close. I shouldn't have shielded Ninetales. Well, yeah, I shouldn't have, because then I could have shielded Megahorn. That definitely would have been the play. Wow. I'm missing every bubble, too. They're going to probably farm me down here? I need to do something. Wait, what? How low is this Scav? Dang, that was a misplay by me. I lost my first Giratina now. Oh, wait! Wait! Did I? Snarl down? Oh my gosh, we made it happen. Okay, still undefeated versus the Giratinas. So hopefully you liked that battle. Again, kind of an interesting one, especially with the Escavalier in the lead, something I didn't really think about when I made this team, but Escavalier is actually very strong in the lead against this team, so definitely something to watch out for. I hope you enjoyed the video. Best of luck if you decide to use this team, and I wish you all the best on your final climb in the end of Season 8 of GBL. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and share, subscribe for future content, hit that notification bell if you'd like to get alerted right when I post a new video, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.